You're looking at roughly 7 acres of attractions and entertainment. There are 732 yards of track and more than 468,000 pounds of steel that make up Nickelodeon Universe.
Our tagline is "We want your scream," and that is just merely trying to get people excited about being here. This is indoors, so a lot of people feel like when they're indoors, they have to be quiet, and we don't want people to be quiet here because that tells us they're having a good time. So if they're screaming, we know people are having a good time and enjoying themselves.
Whether you're looking for a junior ride fit for your youngest park goer or a twisting and turning thrill ride, Nickelodeon Universe has something for everyone, no matter what Mother Nature is doing outside.
We have 27 rides and attractions, 72 degrees all the time inside, so take off your coats, have a good time. Many times in the winter, people still need sunglasses because of the glass roofs.
And with about a quarter of the mall's estimated 42 million annual visitors enjoying Nickelodeon Universe as well, the safety and upkeep of these rides is a top priority for mall officials.
The majority of our rides have a redundant safety system, and so what that means is that there's maybe a seatbelt and a lap bar on top of it. Some of the rides, when we get them, they don't have maybe the seatbelt, and we would install that so we have a secondary safety restraint system. There are a couple rides, like the log chute, that does not have that, and that's purely for the way it's loaded. When people get in and out, there's not enough time to get people buckled and checked. But for the most part, everything has, again, a redundant system. The rides don't run if they're not locked to a certain position. And so it's a safety check for taking a little bit of the human error out. So if something fails to get checked or isn't to the safety point that it needs to be, the rides don't run at all.
Each year, every ride undergoes a large-scale inspection that actually takes it out of commission for a minimum of 1 week.
And they will again inspect everything very thoroughly. They have time to take things apart, put them back together, make improvements and all that kind of stuff to make sure they're safe year-round.
And every day, 3 different trained sets of eyes check all 27 rides before the park opens, looking and listening for anything out of the ordinary.
They inspect all the rides, all the seams and all the restraint systems and all the nuts and bolts of the ride to ensure that everything is still intact and safe.
Theme parks attract all different kinds of people, varying in age and level of thrill they may be seeking. And while Nickelodeon Universe staff have the mechanical and operational safety covered, ride goers also play a role in safety when enjoying these powerful machines.
One of our biggest obstacles is our height requirements. There's a lot of guests that come in where kids will want to ride a ride that they might not be tall enough to ride, and that is really important that they're tall enough to ride a ride. All of our heights are based on our manufacturer's requirements, so it's something that they determine when they build the ride and they pass along to us. We follow those very strictly because, again, it's for the safety of the rider. So things that patrons can come in and do is make sure they're reading through the ride signage to make sure that the person that wants to ride is a qualified rider. And also, I think the biggest thing is paying attention to the ride operator and listening to the instructions of the ride operator. It's really important to follow those instructions. They're there for a purpose, not to make people's lives miserable, but to keep people safe throughout the park.
Collecting screams and, of course, smiles. That's Nickelodeon Universe.